Опа, по зданию там и...
А? По вам работают!
Атака спереди.
Слева работают!
Да, отходим, вниз спускаемся.
Какой? 467-й,
А,
помню!
вниз, быстрее, блядь.
Там газ.
307 на приеме, где вы?
Давай, отходим.
467-й, координаты, быстрее говори!
Крен, вели.
Сейчас координаты посмотрю.
Крен, вели.
Блядь, не надо, блядь.
Медик, 15-я бригада.
Ukrainian partisans collected interesting information. Near Avdiivka, the Russian occupiers are suffering huge losses in personnel and equipment. All this affects the ability of the invaders to carry out an offensive operation and further demoralizes those invaders who, by some miracle, survived. And what is the command of the Russian occupiers doing? That's right. It distributes drugs to the fighters so that they continue to attack mindlessly and die in the offensive while high. The occupiers themselves admit this. We inform the Russian invaders who are still running around on Ukrainian soil. They will kill you regardless of whether you are on drugs or not. At the front, this will be done by the Ukrainian Defense Forces, and in the rear by the partisans. Your command also knows about this. True, it doesn't care about your lives.
А предыдущие получали таблетки?
This is archived from February 2022, first days of the war. K-52 filmed the shootdown of another K-52 flying ahead at Hostomel Airport. Appears to have not been seen before. You can hear the fear in the voices of the occupiers.
Опа, по зданию там и...
А? По вам работают!
Атака спереди.
Слева работают!
Да, отходим, вниз спускаемся.
Какой? 467-й,
А,
помню!
вниз, быстрее, блядь.
Там газ.
307 на приеме, где вы?
Давай, отходим.
467-й, координаты, быстрее говори!
Крен, вели.
Сейчас координаты
Крен,
посмотрю.
вели.
Блядь, не надо, блядь.
First confirmed loss of Ukrainian BPZV Svatava combat reconnaissance vehicle in Zaporozhye direction. Unknown number was donated either by Czech Republic or Slovakia, with first examples appearing in May 2023. This one belonged to 118th Mechanized Brigade. That's at least a 300 rocket barrage here, or probably 400. Truly amazing story from the war in Ukraine. Recently, a Russian guy called named Babka was evacuated from the battlefield. For 10 days he lay wounded in the gray zone, mixed with killed bodies, without food and water. Babka received shrapnel wounds to his back, lower back, and buttocks. On the 5th day, it began to snow. The soldier ate it so as not to die of thirst, but developed frostbite on his feet. Babka found a wounded but still alive Ukrainian soldier, and they provided medical assistance to each other. A few days later, the Ukrainian died of his wounds. Babka started to crawl in his arms to the nearest position of the Russian armed forces, and they were able to pull him out. This is what Russian soldiers wrote about it. During these days, Babka became an example of fortitude and willpower for the soldiers of 1486. Wishing health to the soldier, and may the wounded Ukrainian who helped our soldier rest in peace in heaven. Putin admits he's a coward for attacking a smaller country with no industry. All the talk about NATO expanding, but he invaded a non-NATO country and bogged down. If Ukraine is so weak, why is the second army in the world struggling so much? Losses already at X-10 of Afghanistan, with prospects of losing many times more than that.
Промышленность набирает обороты. В разы больше начали. Знаю, что еще не все хватает, но у них иссякает, у них нет собственной базы. Когда нет собственной базы, ни идеологии нет собственной, ни промышленности собственной, ни денег нет собственной, ничего нет собственного. Тогда нет будущего. А у нас есть. С праздником.
Russian blogger is complaining that General Teplinsky is trying hard to improve the situation on the Dnipro River, but is facing lies on all levels of reports. Teplinsky replaced previous General Makarovich, who only had negative feedback with regards to his performance. The blogger says Russians are sent into kamikaze assaults by senior leadership, who are misled by the same people who carried out previous assaults. There are people who do not like Teplinsky management of the DNEPR group. People like this should shut up. As they say, everything is learned through comparison. If you compare DNEPR, Makarovich, and Teplinsky, you can immediately tell who has wasted everything they could and who is trying to get out of this shit by doing everything they can. Analyzing the hostilities in the Kherson region, smart people found out that the main problem in the DNEPR group does not lie at the very top. Everything starts from the bottom, namely from the motherfucker, sorry for the swearing, reports to the top. After such reports, misunderstandings often arise among the entire group, among the personnel, and generally everywhere. As an example, an order was received for a platoon to assault a position. The position was not taken. The report from Private X says that the point was taken under control. They just had to pull back. The report goes up the ladder, and taking into the account the capture of the position, they send other boys to the same point, while saying that our guys are waiting there, but they are not there. The boys move to the point and get out. This cycle of fucked up, sorry for the swearing reports, is disturbing the DNEPR group. All problems are not the fault of the general, not the colonel, not the private, not the sergeant, but everyone. And one more thing. The top shifts all sins onto the bottom, and the bottom onto the top. This leads to the fact that there is no mutual understanding between the bottom and the top. If everyone worked as best they could and not as they wanted, there would be practically no problems. And for the end, second successful tests of the prototype of the Chinese reusable launch vehicle, Hyperbola 2.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.